Stop what you are doing right now. Sit down, silence your phone, and listen carefully. Because the Indiana Fever front office is learning in real time one of the toughest rules in business. You do not turn against the people who make you money. The Fever just got a harsh reminder that Caitlin Clark fans are not automatically Fever fans. They are Caitlin Clark fans first. And right now those fans are making it clear in the loudest, strongest, and most expensive way possible that if the team plays with their star, they will hit the team where it hurts most, the money. Welcome back to WNBA Pro. This is the one channel on YouTube that does not soften the truth about pro basketball. No PR spin. No protecting feelings. No caring about corporate access. We bring the raw, direct, data-based truth about the business, the strategy, the coaching, and the billion-dollar reality of the WNBA. Hit subscribe and turn on notifications now because the Indiana Fever are deep into the consequences stage of a terrible 2026 offseason, and this is getting ugly fast.
You're over being called a racist? Just that quick. Interesting. Okay. Must be nice. I don't get down. I'm not forgiving that. Okay? That's not going to happen. So, and never mind the logistical.
To really understand how big this mistake is, we need to look closely at the bigger business picture around this franchise. This is not just fans being mad on Twitter or Reddit. This is a major shift in power between a sports team and the people who spend money on it. The Indiana Fever are not a normal team anymore. They are a Caitlin Clark team. Look at the facts. Before Clark arrived, the Fever barely mattered in the wider sports world. They were near the bottom of the standings. They were near the bottom in attendance, struggling to fill seats. Hardly anyone watched them on national TV. Hardly anyone cared. Then Caitlin Clark showed up and changed the whole business overnight. She brought sellout crowds to arenas everywhere. She pushed the league to move games into bigger NBA buildings because demand got too high. She broke merchandise records almost as soon as her jersey went on sale. The Fever went from forgotten and unprofitable to the most watched and most valuable team in the WNBA. Every part of that change came from one person. So when that huge, loyal, deeply invested fan base saw the team draft Raven Johnson with the 10th pick, the reaction was not mild disappointment. It was real anger. And to understand that reaction, you have to know the history. This was not just any rookie. Raven Johnson and Caitlin Clark already had a well-known history going back to the 2023 Final Four, when Clark famously waved Johnson off and dared her to shoot. That moment went viral and created a rivalry. But it goes beyond that one play. Just weeks before the draft, Raven Johnson went on a podcast and openly criticized Caitlin Clark's fan base. She called Clark supporters toxic, called them bullies, and accused them of racism. Whether people agree with that or not does not even matter on the business side. From a pure marketing point of view, you do not spend a first-round pick on a player who just publicly attacked the same customers buying your tickets. That is a huge public relations failure.
Longer than 4 letters. Hopefully Snoop Dogg doesn't come for that. Wow. So they went on social media asking for you to buy tickets as a consumer of their product. Ooh.
But drafting Raven Johnson was only the spark. The real blow-up came when head coach Stephanie White got in front of the microphone after the draft and made things even worse. The problem is not just the move itself. It is the messaging. When White was asked how the guard rotation would work, she did not calm anyone down. Instead, she talked about Ty Harris as a combo guard. Then she said Caitlin Clark is someone who can play both on and off the ball. After that, she described Raven Johnson as a true point guard who does her best work with the ball in her hands. And to make it even worse, White ended by saying this new guard depth would help the team give shooting guard Kelsey Mitchell some rest. Stop and really think about what the coach of a pro team just said. She never said the one thing fans needed to hear. She never said Caitlin Clark is our clear starting point guard, and the offense runs through her. Instead, she publicly described a system where the best offensive playmaker of her generation, a player with record-breaking passing and rare vision, could be pushed off the ball to make room for a defense-first rookie and a veteran role player. Most of the mainstream media is not talking about the basketball side of why this is such a massive mistake. Let me spell it out. Taking the ball out of Caitlin Clark's hands is basketball malpractice. When Clark runs the point, her range bends defenses in ways few players ever can. Coaches trap her 30 feet from the basket because they are scared of her shot. That kind of pressure opens the paint for easy layups and creates open threes for teammates like Kelsey Mitchell. Once you move Clark off the ball, you are willingly taking away the most dangerous and efficient part of the Fever offense. Fans are smart now. They look at the numbers. They know the team's offense drops when Clark is used like a normal spot-up shooter coming off screens. So when they hear Stephanie White talking about using that exact system, they see it as direct sabotage of the team's biggest weapon.
Kelsey Mitchell back here. Wow. What? Guys, there are signs. There are signs now. I'm not sure Caitlin Clark's going to be on this team.
And this is where a basketball argument turns into a full business crisis. Because fans are not just complaining online. They are starting to hit the team financially with a real boycott. The Indiana Fever ticket department is now in a desperate spot. For the last year, the Fever had a huge season ticket wait list. That means demand was higher than supply. That is one of the best positions any sports team can be in. But the front office made a terrible mistake. They acted like people were lining up for the Indiana Fever brand. They forgot people were lining up for Caitlin Clark. Right now the internet is full of fans proving that point. Season ticket renewals have reportedly slowed down. People on the wait list are saying no when ticket reps call. The resale market, which had turned into a hot and profitable place for expensive Fever tickets, is now freezing up. In response, the Fever are pushing out desperate emails, promo offers, group packages, and social media pleas trying to recreate the demand they just damaged. The irony here is hard to miss. The front office ignored every warning sign. They ignored the baggage around their first-round pick. They disrespected the heart of their offense on a live microphone. And now they are begging the same fan base that their rookie insulted to come back, buy premium seats, and help pay for their expanded $7 million salary cap. That is not just weak PR. That is terrible business management.
Fucktards. Right there. Is this a sign? Are they pushing her out of the franchise? God, if you own this team, you better wake up. Clark should leave now. You've got the dumbest front office ever.
We also need to talk about the attitude of the people running this front office, especially General Manager Amber Cox and President Kelly Krauskopf. There is a very real and very toxic bubble inside pro sports front offices. Executives often think they understand basketball better than the public, and they treat fans like emotional customers who will buy whatever product is handed to them. They thought they could make a defense-based draft pick, ignore the PR mess attached to it, and still expect people to cheer anyway. They do not understand the modern sports fan. The Caitlin Clark fan base is unlike anything women's basketball, and maybe sports in general, has seen. It is huge. It is passionate. It is organized. And most importantly, it is loyal to her, not to the WNBA as a brand. A lot of these fans came only because of Clark. They did not grow up following the WNBA. They do not have lifelong loyalty to the Fever the way NFL fans stick with the Cowboys or NBA fans stick with the Lakers. Their loyalty is tied to one person. And if that person is not being used correctly, not being put first, or is being minimized or disrespected by her own team, those fans will shut their wallets and walk away just as fast as they showed up.
A lot of people believe that she may be headed to playing small forward. Man, wow. No thanks. I'd like to see Caitlin Clark be Caitlin Clark. Not happening on this team with this coach and with this front office. Great, another year of Stephanie White sabotaging the face of the league.
And if we look at the bigger picture, this boycott is not just a Fever problem. It could affect the entire league's financial future. The WNBA just signed a massive 11-year media deal, worth more than $2.2 billion. The league also changed its labor deal based on expected future revenue. And let's be honest about why that money showed up. Networks paid because they expect millions of people to watch Caitlin Clark hit logo threes and throw full-court passes. They did not spend billions to watch Caitlin Clark stand in the corner while Ty Harris and Raven Johnson run a slow half-court offense. If Indiana's ratings fall because fans reject the coaching decisions, the whole league feels it. Networks will get nervous. Advertisers will pull back. The Fever front office is messing with something much bigger than one team. Now, a total empty arena boycott is probably not going to happen. Clark is too big and casual fans will still pay to see her live. But what is happening with season ticket holders, the wait list, and the core fan base is still a very clear warning. It is the strongest fans in the building telling ownership there is a limit, and the front office is getting very close to crossing it for good.
Caitlin at small forward and push, that boring brand of hack and grind basketball everybody hates. Oh, God. The Indiana Fever are getting smashed. That's crazy. I mean, woo-wee. I cannot believe.
So how does the Indiana Fever fix this mess? Honestly, it is simple. They do not need more marketing tricks. They do not need discount offers. They need clear accountability. Stephanie White needs to stand in front of cameras before the season starts and say 6 simple words. Caitlin Clark is our point guard. That is it. 6 words. No spin. No extra explanation. No talk about versatility. No more on and off ball talk. Just one clear statement that the franchise player is still the franchise player, and the entire offense will be built around what makes her special. Because right now, the silence from the front office on that question is loud. And the longer they stay silent, the louder the outrage will get and the more money they will lose. The Fever open the 2026 season on May 9th. Training camp starts in just a few days. Between now and tip-off, this franchise has to decide what it wants to be. Does it want to be a real title contender built around the most dynamic and profitable offensive player this sport has ever seen? Or does it want to be an overcoached team where everyone shares the ball, roles stay loose, and the most popular player in the league gets pushed aside just to prove a point? The paying fans have already decided. They are choosing Clark. The real question is whether the Indiana Fever front office is smart enough and humble enough to do the same. WNBA Pro will keep watching the ticket numbers, the press conferences, and the on-court adjustments to track what happens next. This is WNBA Pro. If this kind of raw, honest, business-focused basketball breakdown speaks to you, then hit subscribe now and join the smartest basketball community on the internet. Drop your strongest take in the comments. Are you boycotting Fever tickets this season? Do you think the front office will apologize and change direction? Or will they stay stubborn and drive this all the way into the ground just to protect coaching egos? Let the debate start. Hit the notification bell too, because the financial fallout from this draft mess is only beginning, and you do not want to miss what happens next. Peace out.